Okay. Hi, welcome to the
Yo,
weekly review. It's been a morning. Um, so Colleen, I'm so happy that you're here with me for this weekly review.
me
We're
too.
gonna do it.
I'm very glad.
Do you need me to say
Um,
what a weekly review is, or do you want to do it,
um,
or?
I can say it. A weekly review is thinking and you can also find out what task you might need to do, like check in with your doctor or cancel those plans that you made with your friends over the weekend and try and come up with an excuse as to why you can't make it. I'm kidding. Um, so yeah, those are all oblique references, and if you can figure out what they are, cheers. They're mostly for Brittany's amusement and mine. Um,
Well,
and
Brittany
yeah,
cut out, so
I'm pretty sure you can extrapolate. Um,
nope. No, it was weekly review is a time for thinking, not doing, and then, or
oh,
maybe you can come up with something else. Yeah. No.
okay. Wow. Well, that was
So
very funny. Just so you know, even though you missed it, it was
I
quite funny.
believe that it was very funny. And I was
Yes.
like, I don't know why that happened because I brought my Ethernet adapter and I'm looking at my network settings because you were explaining and I didn't know what was happening. And it says it's not connected to the Ethernet and I don't know why. So today is off to a spectacular start.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So welcome to the
Yeah.
weekly review. We usually
Welcome.
say what our intentions are. If you are watching and you would like to say what yours are, great. We would love to hear those in the chat. Obviously, it's optional. I'll just say it periodically. Um, and yeah, so we're gonna look at our stuff and not do it. And part of the reason is because we also appreciate the accountability of having a time and place to do our weekly review.
You have no idea how much we appreciate that. What are your intentions, Brittany? I'm going to announce mine after I complete each one.
You'll announce your intention after you've completed the intention.
Yes. I will say, hey, like later when we're in the actual review, I'll be like, I just finished X.
Ah, okay. So
Yep.
you are going in with the intention to not state an intention at the
That is
forefront.
right. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
But my overall intention is to not spend the entire time reading fan fiction.
You know, there's a reason I don't read a lot of fiction, and it's
Mm-hmm.
because the real world still needs to happen. So, yeah, I
It
get
does.
it. I gotcha,
Yep.
because it's hard.
Yep.
Um, yeah, so my intention is I've actually laid it out in my daily tasks that I haven't posted to the ADHD Guild, but I made them as though I was gonna post them and then forgot. Um, which I guess is the most important part. Anyway, I have some projects that really need to be reviewed. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and and unfortunately, because of how my sleep schedule was last night,
Your lack
I
of
will
sleep schedule.
also need to review some documents. Yeah. So yeah, and finish my plan for the day, which I realize now is going to include more stuff I didn't want to do than it did before.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I have a few of those things to do, but like really I want to get a big picture overview of three specific like big life areas. Um, I mean, one of which probably should be impending offspring, but that's not actually on the list I made this morning.
Oh,
Um, or getting Christmas gifts for people. That also is a thing that maybe I should add to that list. But no, it was like updating my video projects and updating my tool projects and some things like that that I'd lost the thread of.
hmm.
So, yeah, those are my intentions. If you have intentions you want to share, by all means, do so in the chat. And otherwise, we usually just start reviewing.
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm very carefully playing desk Tetris so that I can actually open my computer.
Mm. I still can't show the timer because that's still a thing that
Hmm.
hasn't been fixed.
Hmm.
Mm. I don't know if I told you that they got back to me with the steps that I had already done that
Oh,
involve
good.
buying the other software. I was like, okay, one, it didn't work, and two, I don't want to get involved in your other software nonsense.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's cool. Didn't I write that thing? Dang it. Okay. Now written those things that I need to. So I will look through this one really quick. This is sort of my normal order, but yeah, I want to get to some of those project reviews before I have no brain for it.
Indeed. Apparently, it is the 180th anniversary of the publishing of A Christmas Carol.
Hmm. Hmm.
Excuse me.
Okay. There's the thing I need to do that I found in there, which is send somebody their birthday wishes. I need to mark this as unread. That is the thing I dislike is sometimes I will open up my Mac and the messages app is open, and if it was already open to a message thread, will mark it as read it. I was like, I haven't looked at it. It just you just were open.
Mm-hmm.
Being open and me seeing it are not the same thing on a Mac because many windows are
Mm-hmm.
open. Yeah.
Oh, my inbox is at 9. Last week it was at 8. This is a big celebration. Apropos of what I just sang, which as far as I know is a tune I just made up on the fly, which I'm very impressed by. Um,
Mhm.
I saw a thing that said, glitter is just sand that majored in musical theater.
I mean, not totally wrong.
Yep.
I don't want to do any of that. I am experiencing high wiggles.
Internal or internal?
That is a funny way to phrase that. Yes, and I'm aware that as an adult with ADHD, I could mean that I feel the need to wiggle. I know I actually feel the need to go back to bed.
You do.
But so yeah, I someone else is wiggling
Someone else be the wiggle at this time.
from within me. Yes, that's the thing. All right. Okay, so I'm going through when it says like clear notifications, it's like if has there been something left on that needs doing or addressing? that I have been sort of like, oh, I don't have time right now. I don't have time right now over.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually took care of a lot of these when I was uh, awake at 2, 3, 4, and 5 a.m., which is part of why I
Indeed.
was struggling to get going. Hmm. Hmm. Hey, Ozak is here with
Hey, Ozark.
audio.
What?
It says with audio, meaning up and out of the way of sleep area. Cool. Breakfast, then granola. Okay, those are intentions.
Interesting how breakfast is separate from granola.
I don't know if it's making granola. Yeah, started making granola yesterday, so I've been out of it for the last.
Mm.
Yeah, it is really stormy outside.
We have sun here. So weird. We're like on opposite edges of a continent. And our weather is different. I don't know.
Um, um, yeah, I am feeling highly tempted to engage in activities that are
Mm-hmm.
um, not this. Oof.
See, my brain just
Oof.
said we need to find a way to see everything all at once. It says this at least once every 2 months.
See everything all at once.
You know, like everything that we are in charge of, all of it, all at the same time
Oh
in one
yeah,
screen.
yeah. Hmm.
That's not a thing, brain. That's not a thing.
No, it's not.
What can be a thing is a project review. Did I state an intention?
So I had this thing I posted to my daily task that I didn't post.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and what it said, because I've made this document of like all of these admin tasks that need to be done that I've been like putting off, like before the
Mm-hmm.
conference, and now it's just been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so it
I
said
remember
like
that last year. Not the year before that. The year before that. Sorry.
um bite me. So
I was trying to validate you.
thank you. Um so the item said due to 5 to 8 admin tasks. And
Okay.
and part of that involves looking at this master list of admin tasks that I made last week.
Mm-hmm.
So I said 5, and then after I was still on the elliptical, I came up with like 4. I was like, well, crap,
Okay.
I won't get to any in the backlog. So I changed it to 5 to 8 because I was like, if I say 10, I'll just shut down and not do any of them.
Mm-hmm.
And now looking at my notifications, I have 10 on the list. And
Oh
I haven't
dear.
looked at the document yet.
Hmm.
Okay, no, I have 9 on here. It just feels so depressing that like I can't ever make a dent in it because it's
I know.
ugh. Basically, this happened because I dared to open up my brain to like other things that I might, you know, actually need
Hmm.
to do. Um, Opening your brain to stuff you need to do, the dangerous part, and I think the reason that a lot of people with ADHD do avoid it is because then you find out what you need to do, and that part sucks before you started doing any of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then there's the whole thing of, well, I've already thought about this so much. I feel like I've already done it. So why would I do it for reals? I don't want to do it for reals. I've already done it for
Yeah.
reals in my head.
Yeah. Yeah. Ozak said I would love to be able to review all my projects like ever. There are too many for that. It is not a possible.
That sucks.
Too bad the option of auto-generated captions irritates you too much to turn them on. I don't know that it did. It also isn't an option on my dashboard. Like right now on Zoom, it's just not there. I don't remember what happened when we tried it. Maybe Ozak is correct, maybe not.
See, I have this one project, which is
Yeah, it's just not
plan
here.
the food for the trip we're taking. And I don't even know how to do that. Like, it feels a little like for kids, I would say, okay, I'd want all these things done, and then I would just make them. But I know for a fact that I struggle to get our weekly food made. And so to do extra than that seems impossible.
How long is the trip now?
2 weeks.
Does it have a kitchen there?
It does. But cooking without my usual tools could be far more aggravating. So if I got a jump on some of our cooking, then it would be an improvement, especially if we're like awry then are hungry, which is likely. So
I did enjoy our auto summary feature. Oh, and then Colleen just disappeared. Oops. And I don't know if you're misremembering the captions or not. I don't remember it. But there's not a button here. If it has to be my account wide, then no, I can't do that because then it'll turn it on for client meetings.
sorry, I accidentally pressed leave meeting instead of got it.
Yeah. Understandable.
Mm-hmm. My finger like slipped. Okay. Yeah, it just feels a complete. Even thinking about like what to pack feels like I just can't. But what to pack food wise? My brain just rejects it and has this entire time. I have no idea why I have such a block around this. It's weird, and I do not like it. Everything else is going along. Even the very daunting task of like, let's clear out basically all the areas of storage we have and try and declutter and consolidate.
That one does sound
That
particularly horrible.
it's actually been okay. I mean, my spouse has been providing like the lion's share of the activation energy, which is like, you don't need to get me a Christmas present. He won't anyway, but yeah,
Yay.
I know of.
Mm. Mm.
Bring spice mixes. yeah, of all the things that I've now decided are not a good idea for my digestion, which is, have I mentioned that my digestion is like horrifying lately?
Uh,
Like it's not,
I
it's
mean,
not really that bad, but I'm eating such simplistic food and it is still reacting to everything anyway. Less than if I was, eating crazy things like garam masala or like cumin or something. But you know, it's really true. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to bring it all without cooking it. I think that's my only option.
okay. I just realized everyone could see what I was doing, but what I was doing was important because I had to change it. It was making me crazy. And the appropriate thing to do would
Or
have been to turn off this window sharing, but I forgot that you could still see it. Anyway, I don't think it had any of my passwords in it, so it's probably fine. Even though it was my password manager I was messing with. I just
oh,
couldn't take it.
I think that um that giving myself permission not to do any cooking has really helped, and now I think I've unblocked myself on that food project.
Yay!
Yeah,
Yay.
yeah.
Oh, I do want to say like a plus one on the, but I swear I've been eating foods that you should be okay with, and stomach going,
Yep.
mm. Now I know my intestines are also increasingly cramped, as well as the entire digestive tract. But yeah, I've also been
Mm-hmm.
like, but, but I swear, are you sure? Because yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I fixed one of the things that's been annoying me in every weekly review because it did occur to me like how much of your weekly review is has not been as effective. Yes, because I don't have a great brain. Um, but also because I haven't uh I've been so annoyed at so many things. Like, is that draining me significantly faster?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm wondering if I should change up the order of things because I really don't want to run out of mental energy before I get to the part I need to do,
Mm-hmm.
which is reviewing the projects. Hi. Okay. So I'm going to change it to reviewing projects. I swear I can type. Um, hmm. Hmm.
Just the conversation that I'd say you and I had, but mostly it was me. Let me look up a word to see if I'm going to use it right. No, it's not. No. What do I mean? Um, Pontificate? Is that what I mean? Yes. I was pontificating at you, and you were very kindly going along with it about GTD this morning.
Well, I mean, GTD was mentioned. I did not feel like it was topic A of the combined topic. It
It
felt
was
like
not
topic
topic
B.
A, but the combination of GTD and topic A is very amusing to me.
I actually think it is kind of generally amusing. Like this
Mm-hmm.
idea of like, would you like to share it with the group?
No,
Okay.
but thank you. Now everyone's going to be like, what was
I
it?
kind of feel like a jerk for us talking about it then.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Um,
It could be a sensitive topic to some viewers, and
that
insensitivity to
is
them. I am omitting
completely
it.
true
Yeah.
and valid. Um, so uh the summary is how many fictional problems would be solved by somebody doing a regular calendar review? And it
Yes, it's a
turns
little bit
out
like,
not an insignificant number.
yes. Um, and also, like, it's kind of like the more complicated, nerdy version of if your plot line can be solved by someone sending a text message, please rethink your plot line unless your story takes place explicitly in a context where there are no text messages, which
Right. Yeah.
also applies in this situation. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Preparing your library for a faster experience by making you wait now. Yeah, that's a notification that popped up. Okay. I'm going to start by reviewing my website tools because I can do that. Calling something topic A seems like a good way to specify without publicizing. Yeah, yeah. And we just skipped over what A was, which was the subject of the fiction. But actually, it would apply to lots of other fictions too. Like
Mm-hmm.
I have been well known for speaking about a series of books that I've read a bunch about werewolves. And if you were like, "Oh, person is never available this date." I noticed it in my calendar, then it would be very easy to know that
Werewolves.
because most of the characters are, in fact.
Why would anyone be interested in werewolves?
Shut up. Of course,
You're such a
by the end of the first
nerd.
book, many of them come out of the closet. So,
Is there any particular closet that they come out of? Because, like, when you are pagan or Wiccan or whatever, some people refer to that as coming out of the broom closet, which
okay,
is a
that's
delightful
great.
sentence, right?
But usually it's just a generic closet. Yeah.
Fair. Where they keep their fursuits.
Because like if you want to make a moon illusion, there's only one closet that has a moon outside of it usually, and that's not the one you want to be coming out of.
I mean, you probably would come out faster because you don't want to be in there.
No, you don't.
No. Nope. I'm wearing my spinner ring D20 today.
Ooh.
It's like a decoder ring. It has a little arrows on the outside, and then you can spin the middle, and it has the numbers, so you can roll yourself a D20 anytime you want.
Aw. I have a widget to do that anytime I want on my phone. But
and also you can just ask your friendly neighborhood AI assistant to say, give me a random number between.
Visual, and that is less fun. It is noticeably less fun.
Humans like rolling dice and spinning rings and widgeting things.
Exactly. Apparently. Speaking of D20s, we've rescheduled a podcast recording. So now I'm going to record an ADHD D&D podcast on Friday.
Neato.
Yeah.
Neato. Also, why is it that like everyone I know, even people I don't actually know, have ADHD? Like there's an Instagram person who I've recently been I basically haven't been on any other content other than theirs for 3 days, which I recognize is weird, but the brain wants what the brain wants. And I just saw a post from that person saying blah 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 ADHD, and I'm like, oh, you too. I can't escape it. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
You know the real answer.
The reason I like them is that I vibe with them, and I vibe with them because they're neurodiverse. Yeah,
birds of a feather flock together.
That is much more pithy. That is much more pithy.
I was going to tell you it rhymes. I think I'm going to go get my timer because I don't know how long it's been, except that my brain is like, nope.
Okay.
And
yeah,
so
no thought
I think
out,
I'm
friend.
going to do that. Yeah, take a break. See you in a few.
Okay, cool. I will continue to try and babble along here for Ozark et al. And then maybe I'll take a fan fiction break when Brittany comes back. So yes, my project review is going well. Okay. My inbox has gotten big. It has swollen to twice its size. It is now 18, which is good because it means I've been generating next actions and reminders and whatnot. Okay. Magnet toys for my smallest human. I actually texted my landlord the other day saying, hey, because I get the impression that they are slightly concerned about the stress that we're being put under. And it's not that we aren't being put under stress, but honestly, the excuse provided by, well, it's got to be done of us decluttering our storage is truly a gift that they are giving us, in addition to a very, very useful bathroom and a secondary useful bathroom. So I kind of texted her and I was like, hey, you really have provided us the gift of motivation. So I wanted her to know that. And even, it is what it is. We really have that attitude. Oh, man. Okay. So I think after I do my project review, I wonder if I'm going to be able to, probably not. Let me see if I can find that emoji. If it's on here. I'm not seeing it yet. No. Let's see if I can put it on manually, so to speak. Feels silly. Not manually. Whatever. Like on my and there we go. I don't know if that'll show up correctly. Yeah, on here it doesn't even show up. Project, but I know what I mean. It's the project. It's the outline face emoji, which really sums up my mood some of the time. It's a very useful. It's a useful engine. Take this sucker real quick. Okay, so I was because that's kind of a vomit all of my thoughts into one place that's roughly around the same topic, which I do frequently. And this is a very useful way for me to do things. And now I think the time has come, especially when I have a couple coaching sessions scheduled for said topic, to try and organize my thoughts. I think I have a way of doing that, but I'm definitely going to need a little break prior to that. I'll just psych myself up for it. Okay. Okay, that's very tickety boo. I like it. Oh, right. Yeah. So that'll be a bunch of generated. Yeah, that's all in the inbox. Okay. And this is just catch all of the various project items that are to do with the trip. That one is still on hold, and I have a reminder set for when that goes off hold. And then that one is on hold until then. Okay, so my project review is done, littles and jelly spoons. Hooray! So now, I'm not quite ready to play the project yet. Inbox process. Ready to process an inbox. I'm not. I'm kidding. I mostly am. I'm going to take a big victory drink of water to pretend like I've already had victory, because I have. Because I'm awesome. Tastes like reverse osmosis water, the best kind of water, in my opinion. Well, no, I actually prefer distilled, but Colleen is a snob about almost everything, water included. This should surprise no one. I'm not actually a snob about like people. I'm just a snob about things that don't have feelings. I mean, I don't know that water doesn't have feelings. Water elementals probably have feelings. Although if I was drinking a water elemental, I think I'd be a lot worse shape than just procrastinating. I mean, not procrastinating. Managing my energy well on a project plan thing. What nonsense! I do babble. Okay, item the first. I want patchwork pocket. Yes, absolutely, you can have that. So we will move that to the sewing project pipeline. That was easy. I need to make a count of the bubble mailers that I want to try and get rid of. So that's gonna be okay. Physical, not while coaching, non-recurring. Oh, and Non-recurring daytime task. Actually, I can't process that one yet. Um, yeah, that one. And that one goes into project. Oops. Project reference. Excellent. We're down to 13. Project reference. Didn't mean to do that. Oh well.
So
I
my
sense a
mom
Brittany. Hello.
hosted this luncheon yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and she made those adorable little sandwiches that you cut into quarters,
Yeah.
which I like to think of as pregnancy sized.
Mm.
Can't
Oh, and there's a
really
bunch
eat.
left over.
Yeah, there's a bunch left over.
Nice.
And so I could just have a quarter of a sandwich, and it probably will not give me heartburn.
My family refers to those as funeral sandwiches.
The only thing I'm really have associated are funeral potatoes,
Oh,
which are just au gratin potatoes, basically. um,
interesting. What is your country's obsession with putting like crunchy topping on every casserole?
well, you're
Seriously.
talking to a person who, just as a rule, hates casserole, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Interesting. Well, yeah, your country has a few big problems with it. You put sugar in everything and you put crunchy topping on. Those are the big ones, right? Like as a whole, as a country, major problems that you need to solve. I can't think of any others. Other than that, you're perfect. Good job.
Um, yeah. So, I don't, I don't, I haven't had au gratin potatoes with crunchy things on top that I know of.
I
What
haven't
are
either,
these
but
crunchy things?
cornflakes, according to this recipe,
Oh, gross.
you make au gratin
Yes,
potatoes
I
and you
have
put
seen that before, and that is a
ew,
bad choice.
very bad choice. I was actually talking to a client about I think it was either tuna or chicken. This is also not think you would necessarily engage with at all, but either chicken or tuna salad. And it was like, yeah, but I don't really like walnuts or grapes. And I'm like, what? What? They're like, yeah, yeah, don't you do that? I'm like, no, here in Canada, we have sensible chicken salad that does not have that. So let me enlighten you. Let's just put in some celery and then stop there.
Yeah, there there is one that is not
Uh,
a traditional casserole that my mom makes that is um like basically tacos taco stuff put into a casserole dish.
nice.
Like
You
black
love it.
beans and tortillas and salsa and stuff.
Yeah.
That one
Oh,
I like.
yes.
But making things like mush together is not a thing that has ever appealed to me particularly. Okay, so something was bothering me on break
Okay.
that I feel like I need to say out loud.
Oh,
Um,
God. I'm going to turn on your camera for this. Not turn on, but
okay.
like open it up so I can see your face.
So
Proceed.
so Ozak mentioned that like reviewing projects, like reviewing all the projects is not a thing for them.
Mm.
And um I feel like I need to say the words out loud how hard Colleen has worked to prune down projects to an amount that can be reviewed.
Thank you.
And
I
so
appreciate that.
that is the
Yeah.
important factor. I also struggle with 100% reviewed projects, but I do have a lot going on, and I've gotten to I feel pretty good about them.
Awesome.
Like, I feel mostly there. And so, yeah, like Colleen has worked. In fact, just now it was like, oh yeah, this can go back on because it was not on. Like, it was off.
Yeah. Yeah. And
And
I will say too that part of the reason that I can do a review so fast when I am doing that is that these are not like, this is not work, right? None of this is work. My work is like client based. So I go, the most I ever do is I'll be like, oh, I need to research X and send it to the client. That's like 20 minutes on a really long day of that, or like more like 10 or less, right?
mhm.
So yeah, I don't have work projects. I don't have, my kids aren't old enough that I'm having to manage their education at all, So this is all like, well, I didn't do any work on that little sewing project this week, so I don't have to do anything to that project. So yeah, that is another very relevant detail when it comes to Colleen's relationship with the review of projects. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you very much for saying that. That makes me have a fuzzy of warmness.
Good. You should have a warm fuzzy.
Never have a cold fuzzy. That would be bad. That would be very bad. Okay.
What if you accidentally leave your stuffed animal in the car overnight in the winter?
Oh, then you have to warm that sucker up fast. That's just sad. Yeah.
Uh,
Client asked me this morning, because we're ADHD and random, what is, if Barry is the short nickname for a name, what is the name that is for? And I'm like, I want to say Bartholomew, and I was correct. And I felt good about that. I have a certain useless but niche
and
knowledge
the name was
base.
Barry.
Barry, yes. Barry is the Build-A-Bear that this person just accumulated, which is some kind of
okay.
Star Wars, but I'm not entirely sure. You could consult with.
Ozak said, yeah, I also don't have work nor kids at all. Well, yeah, but some of these are sewing projects that are hobbies, and those are easier to track than
Yes.
stuff we
Yes.
and especially stuff we feel bad about.
Indeed.
And cold fuzzy sounds like mold.
Actually, mold needs warmth. Really. Warm and moist and warm, really. You don't really get mold where it's cold, I don't think.
No,
they rhyme, but they don't chime.
You get
really?
mold in your refrigerator on food. I can
Oh,
attest
that's
to this.
right. Oh yeah. I was thinking bathroom, but yes.
Yeah. It turns out mold comes in many shapes and sizes, and we can leave it there and drop the subject now. Before we trigger anyone.
I think there might be the greatest number of fungi and mold species on the planet of anything. I think that might be a thing.
The what?
I think that there might be the greatest variety of mold and fungus on the planet compared to like insects or animals.
Oh, could be. Yeah. Colleen,
what?
Your video idea this week. We posted a video in a few places that says we're coaches. It has been successful everywhere except its intended platform. It's very impressive.
Which is a good thing that when you said, hey, should we X? I was like, yeah, sure, why not?
It's fine on Instagram, but like Instagram, I feel like it's mad at us.
Well, we've never posted a video to. No, we have. You post yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's right in the middle.
It doesn't like the irregularity of us, I guess. Okay. I think I have successfully reviewed all my projects. Oh, wait, I didn't review Run D&D. Oh, somehow just skipped right over that somehow. Okay, that's weird. I'm going to come back to that in a second. I have to attend to a small bum. I shall return.
Okay. Um. Perfect. All right. Um. mm. I think I need to make a list of stuff that I could do this afternoon. I mean, so true GTD, you're reviewing the stuff to get off your mind so it can happen organically at some other point. Um, I'm in the right situation. However, there is a motivational time, like if we're able to get into that space of not feeling bad that the thing isn't already done, where it's like, oh, it's new and fresh, so I could just do it now. And
Mm.
so, since I had considered joining a podcast this afternoon or evening, um, that is a panel that is, I already know some of the topics, and some of them I am not going to. Oh, it's Mary Cloakmas. That I'm less likely to engage with. And I have some of these tasks that are like, oh, that's the kind of thing I should do when I don't need my brain. So I can just start making a list right now of which of these things I might do if I show up on that podcast. Um,
Mm. All right. I reviewed the D&D project. It's all good because I haven't done anything on it because I've been spending every single bare second of my entire life um um reading fan fiction.
mm, so I realized this morning that I thought I had posted this blog post to my website, and I
Yeah.
haven't.
Oh, I did a kind of a neat thing. I I was gonna make two separate packing lists of the day before and the day of things that I can pack. And I thought, well, how do I know that I haven't accidentally like made something that's not on either list? And so I'll forget it. So what I've done instead is I took the original packing list with everything on it because I luckily made a copy, not altered the original because I've gotten smart like that. And I've now color coded it. Pink means day before, yellow means day of. Kind of
Cool.
garish in terms of its aesthetic, but you know, it gets the job done. I was like, don't overthink the colors, just pick two. And I did.
Yay! The not
Yay for not
overthinking it
overthinking.
is
Yeah,
especially impressive.
we enjoy it very much. I made up a list of tasks as well that are like, you know, the night before, like change the pet's water, make sure you flip laundry so that nothing's in there wet and waiting. And then the day of tasks that aren't like packing, they're like run the dishwasher, take out the garbages, lock
Mm-hmm.
up, change the temperature in the house. These things, which yeah.
Yes. So like I said, oh yeah, it could be useful to have a list or menu of tasks. Yes, I like the term menu a lot for people who struggle with like order
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. Of tasks that take the right amount of brain effort, sometimes basically none. Yes, that has been one of my most useful contexts is like things I can do while I am on my face is on Zoom, but the current conversation does not need my input.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it would be lovely if I could tell you that when we have conversations about the logo imagery for the ADHD conference that I'm capable of caring, but I'm not capable of caring. So like, there has to be something pretty egregious for me to have an opinion about it. And so
Yes.
so usually these very long conversations on the conference committee don't need me. They don't need me to have that thing. And I'll be happier if less of my brain is there. And so having like, what are some really like basic, because I spend so much time on Zoom that I don't have a lot of time not where I'm at my computer and not on Zoom. And so,
Mm-hmm.
and those are like, oh, I am sitting down to edit video. This is the thing I am doing. You know, this 2 to 3 hour block because video editing is a thing. Um, and so yeah, like what are some of those things that I can do then? Another really good thing for that level of focus is when I have a client who wants to work on something, but will
Mm-hmm.
occasionally need my attention. And
Mm-hmm.
so, like, I need to be able to switch back to them as soon as a word comes out of their mouth. And
Mm-hmm. Not be
and
like, what?
so
Sorry, what? Yeah, every time.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And so that same context I will use in those situations where a client's like, you know what, I'm just going to work on this right now because it's their time. They get to choose how they
Mm-hmm.
use it. And just like, how do I come back to them really quickly? If it's a phone
Mm-hmm.
client, like I can pick up stuff in my space, fold socks or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I only have two of those right now. And so mostly I'm on Zoom. And so, like, what's a thing that I can do that will not distract my client or distract me from my client? And that's the other time that I'll use those because, yeah. Um, yeah, Ozak says I need to have handwork to participate in group discussions, especially in person. Shudder. Yeah, it might be time. I always said because it felt like some distant time in the future. And in fairness, for much of my life, it was. When I had kids, I would learn like a thing so that I can teach them a socially acceptable fidget and model that behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess now I got to do it. And I said it in Kelly's hearing, so you know what's going to happen.
Yeah. She's gonna
Yeah.
show up at your house one day.
Yes, indeed. Um, in fact, last year she or Yeah, last year she gave me some stuff to start with, and it
Hmm.
exists somewhere that I haven't used it yet.
Hmm.
But it is a thing that she'll be very excited about. Um,
My inbox is processed to just 2 items that were inputted today.
Look at you.
I know. What even with that? This is
I
like not
know.
even like when I was pregnant, when I'm like, yeah, I'm skipping like 75% of it and I'm already done. that's, that's not what's going on now. Oh, okay. So I said I was going to take a break. And I was
Yeah,
going to
you
take
did.
a brain obsession break, and I'm going to do that. And I'm also going to go to the bathroom, bio break as well. So I'm going to go. I'm actually going to like legit hang up because when I'm like non mute my phone in the bathroom, I kind of get anxiety sometimes. I'm like, with it, if it's someone like you that I'm extremely intimate with, then it's not as much of a problem. If I do know it's on mute, but like with the internet, like the internet doesn't need to follow me in the bathroom. You guys are good.
You can
You have
hang up
other
and
things
come
to do.
back. That's
Yeah,
totally cool.
I'm gonna do that. See you in a second.
Okay. Um, I was gonna say something and I've forgotten what it was. Oops. It's this thing where I think I can hold on to a thought and I can't. Oh, another one of my most used is the opposite, like a book that I want to listen to while I'm doing a thing, if that makes sense. So it's like in theory I'd pair up like all the listening tasks and all of the like move around. I sort of call them break tasks, even though that's not really what a break is. Because it's like a brain break. So those would be like the folding socks kind of things. Um, and so I could pair those up. But yeah. How did this end up cutting off this way? I do not know. Okay, I need to find all of these web pages. Okay, that's fine. That one's done. So I'm just going through these projects old from before the conference, which feels like 1,000 years ago. Um, oh, okay. Aw, thanks. Um, yeah, it's a whole thing. And I am not surprised, Ozak, that you know so many socially acceptable fidgets. That's excellent. Yeah, and I think my sister also knits or crochets. I can't always tell the difference. I did use something with a crochet hook like back in middle school or high school. Um, my main thing that I've never like fully gotten past is that both knitting needles and crochet hooks can also be dangerous when people don't use them properly. And so giving them to kids is um there's not no danger in that. Um yeah. Oh, origami is safe. That's true. I like having a thing that's practical when I'm done, which is why knitting and crocheting are more likely. Um, paper is more edible than yarn. That's true. Um, for good or for ill. Okay, so I'm trying to boxes. Oh, okay, that's a thing. Little boxes. Or maybe big. I don't know how big origami can get. Um, So I'd written all these tasks out for things to update on my website, but I finished many of them while I was at the conference already and rushed really hard to do them. And then, of course, when I was speaking, forgot to mention, hey, there's these tools on my website, and this is the QR code that gets you there. And so the QR code was just there because I was nervous. And so great marketing. Really glad I spent all that time on that and then didn't mention it. Um, but so now I'm looking them over and comparing them to what I actually posted on the website and seeing what is missing. Whew. This might be more useful if I, you know, if I so I found a couple of things that I'd had in the notes field on this task inside that are missing on the web page. And so rather than keep it going, I'm just going to take care of the things that I didn't do, which are a relatively small part of the project. Oh, that's my thing to wrap, but I guess I should have reminded Colleen to take the break earlier. Um, hmm. Okay. Um, oh, I have inconsistent formatting. Cool. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, what else did it say? Okay. So I think I have that. I think I'm good. So this one is reviewed. Um, so one of these I avoided more than others, and the only action in it is plan the project. And eventually I just had to do it because it was time, which I feel like is fairly ADHD relatable. Hey, it was like made progress with the granola. My mom makes granola also, especially to take to my sister. And my nephew calls it Grandma Nola when he was learning to say granola. He now can say granola, but the ones that Grandma makes is Grandma Nola, obviously. Um, yeah. Do 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 do. Um. Oh, sorry. I got some wiggles still happening. You and me both, Ozak. uh, in my case, it's just living long enough. Well, hopefully, right? Guess we're not there yet. Okay. So I guess what I need to do is think about what else do I need for this one, and I don't think it is very good for me to plan into OmniFocus, so I need a place for all my scattered thoughts to go. Okay. No, I wanted this app open. You're all old. Sometimes I just want to go through and get rid of all these old notes. And sometimes I'm like, you should just make a new document instead. Because, like, what is the likelihood I will do it? All right. So, tool. There's a few things I want to do on it. Let's check on tool update. Um, So I'm remembering some of the problems with making this document. And because I was making it so very close to the deadline, my options were limited, shall we say, because I was hitting these issues with pages, the word like docu or program. So I was trying to get it to format right, and I was hitting a barrier, and I was like, well, screw it. I guess I just have one page because that's all I can do in this amount of time. And so now I'm like thinking through those problems. Like, if I still can't get the document to work, I could make multiple documents and just have shortcuts, create all of the documents in a particular folder, and merge them into a PDF for me. The difference is that, unlike, I don't really need to use shortcuts theoretically, because unlike my calendar tool, this one doesn't need to be updated frequently. Whereas the calendar tool like needs a schedule to be updated on. And I'm going to go capture that right now. Tool update schedule. It would be better if I can just get pages to cooperate, though. Um, so there's the actual tool itself. And then there is the web page. And I have the impulse to check something online, and I'm holding off. Apparently now my brain is just coming up with random ideas. Go Ozark. Keep going. Um, what is it called? So now I just had another thought that I'm adding to a guild agenda to talk with Colleen. Is Colleen coming back? Oh, okay. Hi.
Sorry, I got sidetracked by fan fiction and the screaming toddler. Go to your break. I will be here.
The fan fiction was the main reason I texted you.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, no, it's like, oh, what do you want for breakfast? I want food A. Okay, here's food A. I want food B. Interesting. So now we are torturing our sibling as a result of being very hungry because we are not getting food B until we finish food A.
Yep.
I'm a monster.
Well, you know, your kids are really small and undernourished. So
It is true. It's
it's
very
basically
concerning.
a terrible thing to not give them food. I'm
Yeah.
Colleen has frost giant children.
They're very big. They're very strong. They're very annoying. I mean, they're very lovely. They're very, yeah. No, River's 3.5 and is wearing size 6, 7-year-old clothing. And Morgan is 19 months and is wearing like 2 to 3-year-old clothing. So yeah, we're not concerned.
No. I need to finish writing this thing. Is it automatic on server side? And by that I mean adding it to our agenda.
Yep. It is December 19th.
I'm not okay with this. It is my friend's birthday, so I did know that. But I'm
Okay.
not okay with this.
Yep.
And
I remember
have
saying yes.
I have another newish relative's birthday 2 days later that I only just found out about.
Huh.
I mean, I knew about the relative. I didn't know it was their birthday.
Right.
So what were you
Surprise!
saying?
You have a new cousin.
Me
Go,
getting
go
a
to
new
break.
cousin at this point would be quite a feat. All right.
Yes.
I am still on the same website tool thing. Like, it's a series of projects. So yeah, me making really more than that today was maybe ambitious, but here we are. Okay.
Indeed.
I will be back.
Doodles. All right, planning that project. I am not entirely sure how to start, but I think I might start with just going top to bottom of all of the things that I've captured related to this project, and then sort of go, why did I capture this? What was I trying to achieve? And then see if some categories emerge. Mm. You better come back from break soon. I'm gonna get distracted again. Oh, you're doing that thing, are you? Could not do that. Sometimes when I put the YouTube playlist on shuffle, it just cycles through the same few songs. And it is on shuffle, but only like 9 songs or 5 songs. Okay.
You needed some help focusing, or?
I'm good. I'm back now. I just took a little dopamine break, unofficial, and then it kind of spiraled, but it's okay now.
Well, I sort of did something similar in that I grabbed cookies instead of a sandwich.
Ah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. I was like, for what? I was talking, I have very different feelings about the sun coming up,
Ah.
coming out. And Zach says the sun came out, yuck. I'll cover up again. Um, and I'm like, well, why didn't that happen here where I can see blue sky, but no actual sun
Mm.
rays. So yeah. And I hated overcast. So I don't know what to tell you. We're basically always wishing for opposite things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Should I grab a quarter cookie instead of a quarter sandwich? That would have been great instead of eating 3,
Depends on how big the
which
cookie was, in fairness.
may cause a heartburn later. Yeah, I need to probably make them not be sitting on the table anymore. The other thing that's sitting out, and it is healthy but not helpful, is cherry tomatoes, which are great for snacking on, unless you have chronic heartburn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That acid.
they're just, it's really hard that a lot of the things I like to eat are acidic. Okay, I
Word.
did that thing. I'm going to get back to the website tools because I'm a grown up who can choose to focus on things. I'm kidding. It's actually a lot harder than that. I'm just being silly. Yeah, discard. I don't know. Okay, what else did I want with this? Wait, I was writing it in here. That's right. I'd come up with a bunch of other random ideas that were not directly related. Um, I really didn't want to see what the webpage looked like. Hey. Okay, something that another task that needs to be done is test download. Okay. Do a test download of all of those. The web page looks okay. Not sure why I should feel embarrassed that ChatGPT did a good first draft,
Hmm.
but I feel like I should alter more things, and I just didn't have a lot of corrections on this page. So
I can get that feeling. That's an understandable feeling, but I also share your confusion. I understand and
I
I'm
mean,
confused at the same time.
there is a correction I would make, and it's making it less wordy, but that is really mentally hard to do. And so I
Mm.
may not do it.
You could ask ChatGPT to make it less wordy.
You can. That has not been one of its most successful ones in the past. I don't know if I've tried it on
Mm.
4, but
Mm.
choosing does not equal doing. Yeah, I know. No, it is not effortless to focus. Um, so I guess I don't really have any tasks for that one. Um, Um, Samples from talk.
Well, I have to go because I have a client in 15 minutes and I have probably at least one infant who needs a nap. So I did get a bunch of planning done. It's kind of more notes I have to process, but I think I'm closer to next actions with this project. So
Yay!
yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm going to get through one section of projects to review because I
Um,
can't stay that late. I have a meeting at 12 and I still have to prepare for it.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good luck, and I will see you later.
Okay. Sounds good. You too.
Bye.
Bye. I just want to eat more cookies now. So I'm putting in the new actions into this project that I came up with. Making sure that it has, that the phrasing of the title makes sense. Because sometimes I do this thing where I'm like, oh, it's under this project. Therefore, later I will definitely know what this is for. And it's like, no, I'm going to see that item all by itself. Will not have access to that other information. So, yeah. Um, no, you go. Yeah, there we are. Um, okay. All right. Um, wonder what the review time is. Okay. I wonder how far I got on that. Mm. that's about where I am on this one. How do you think I didn't stand? I stood up in the last hour. Watch. I don't think I have a blog version. Maybe I do. YouTube version. Okay, no, I do have it. Okay. All right. I think this one's just fine. It's just that I haven't had time to do it. Fix up the week template calendar. I think I did that. And I don't remember thinking it wasn't done. Let's look at the weekly template tool. Hey, oats are measured. Yay. Okay. Weekly template. Hmm. Do, do, do. Um, that's about where I am. The thing that I keep not being able to get out of my head. And so I'm writing it down. I just don't think I'm ever gonna have time to do it. So I'm writing it down with like an inactive tag because it's like everything else needs to happen before I worry about this one. And so I'm putting it in there as a placeholder because my brain will not let it go apparently. But yeah. So I did um I did some of these. I'm going to defer this one. Probably, yeah, at least a week. Because I'm just not gonna do that one right away. So I reviewed all of them except one under the tools. And that may be all I'm gonna be able to do today. Maybe the thing you need to get out of your head needs an earworm tag. That is a great analogy. Yes, if I didn't already have a tag that my brain has gotten used to, that would be a very, very good one. Um, okay. So I have mostly done that one. Nope. Shoot. I don't want to be suggesting. I'm going to be editing. Okay. So when I come back, I'm probably going to have to do a little task segment, and then that'll be the last one because then I'll have to get ready for my other meeting. And we're getting close enough. I'm starting to feel anxious enough that like I'm not focusing on deep stuff anymore anyway. Um, so yeah, I guess that's all. Corn music. Just because there's worms in like an ear of corn? Maybe. Anyway. So yeah, that's that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. It's been a weird one. All right, so I'm gonna go on break and then I will come back and do those. All right, I'll see you shortly. I am back. Um, yeah, I was getting spacey because I was up way too late. I mean, way too early, like two. Um, all right. I can do this. I swear. By this, I mean, can I please take a nap instead of having more meetings today? Thanks. Um, okay. Mm, it's these quick tasks, but I have just been not doing it. Okay, so let me make a task for later to update video to no, no. Please do not autocorrect me. XWF to put title in the moment. I just need to get them uploaded. Which ones did I already upload? Um, oh, yeah, delete. Okay, so I've got. Okay, and then I'm going to paste it over here. Okay. I'm not awake. Huh. Oh, okay. Cool. I'm already doing that. So then I just need is we don't care how long those dishes have sat in the sink. Oh no. That one. Okay. So basically, okay, so I need to send it to. I need to organize my shortcuts. Huh. Too late and too early can be surprisingly similar in effect. Yeah. We actually went to bed fairly early because my husband had been helping my aunt, who then came down with COVID. And so if he was feeling even a little bit off, which he was, we're like, let's just go to bed early. So we did, but then like 2:30, I was just awake, wide awake until like 5:30, which is normally a time I try to wake up. Organized shortcut sounds like not a 2-minute. It is not, which is why I haven't even tried it. This was just what I am doing though is sending videos from the Photos app through shortcuts. And in the process of that, I'm like, oh, I have to scroll way too far, which means I probably just healthy. Okay. Which means I need to organize those shortcuts, but I'm not doing it now. I will probably continue to not do it, as a matter of fact. Uh, oh, okay. How do you work best? Because basically, when you use the share sheet to get to shortcut, it'll do them in the order they are in the app, and anything that has not been organized is all at the top. So when I had to delete all of my shortcuts because I was having too many like syncing issues and reinstall all of them, they all ended up unorganized at the top again, and I only got partway through reorganizing them ever. So it means I have to that one is organized, so I have to scroll down further to get to it, which is annoying. And I'm scrolling past stuff that like honestly shouldn't even be showing up here. Like saving a literature PDF is not a shortcut I should have access to in the Photos app. Like, I don't know. So, anyway. Yeah. I also wonder, Ozak, how Sarah and Suzanne and Wyatt are doing. I mean, okay, in fairness, I actually saw Wyatt this weekend, but like in person. What was this title? It was um but yes, I'm hoping we'll see them more on here next year. I don't really, so, Wyatt had another baby and now he's back at work, so I think it's just a whole other set of changes. But yes. Changes, speaking of earworms. I don't know what that means, but yeah, I it was that's a song, I'm guessing. Okay. I mean, I believe that that is the title of many songs. It might even be one I know, but I don't know it from the title because yeah. Okay. Oops, that's all. Okay. So I've saved those all. I think having them plugged in will ensure that they actually upload. Um, there's 5 total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Okay. So now I text him. Okay. All right. I have done things. I shall cross them off list. Did that end? I told him about it. And then I have another list. I know multiple lists is not great, but um dang, I don't want to do any of these things. Did do that one. Hey, I did one thing. Okay. Something just ran past, and I think it might have been a cat. It looked black and white, and it was scuttly. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Done and done. And I have 4 minutes to read this document that I don't want to look at. Man, I'm whiny. Okay, I did a thing. Go me. Okay. Jeez. Where are you? Oh, hey. It was stark black and white about the animal that ran by. Yeah. It's nice to have calm company for not too stressful tasks that just take a long time. Yeah, I totally hear you. Might miss the first couple Tuesdays in January. Totally understand, but I would miss you because I don't know when I will be back at them because it will depend on how maternity leave is going. And since I've never had a small human before, I do not know what to expect. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, I think. Oh, thanks. Yeah, like the first trimester whenever that starts. Yeah. My sister, who is in a reasonable position to place bets, statistically speaking, thinks I'll probably go to induction, which is unfortunate because induction sucks more. But, um, you know, what matters in the end is coming out with something healthy. So, what are you gonna do? All right. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciated it. And I got some stuff done. I hope you did too. And yeah, I will see y'all next